Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm coming to you today with the video, I guess, which is going to be the question and answer number 3, which I only got one question in the last video, so I'll answer that. Let's go ahead and start with that first before I talk about the other stuff I want to talk about. I believe Razor JB asked me, what is my favorite or least favorite firearm accessory that I have bought, and I guess I think he said like the past 10 years or something. I will tell you that for the most part, as a collector, I like to keep guns as stock as possible. And the reason is for value and collectability. So for example, it's really easy to find guns that have been sporterized or modernized with different accessories and new triggers and this and that. And you buy the gun or you look at it and just go, hey, I'm interested in this gun, but do you have the original parts? Because maybe it's a collectible gun or it's a hard to find gun, and literally the only thing on the gun that's original is like the receiver. They have a different barrel and sights and all. You're like, well, hey, do you have the original? Oh, you don't? Well, that gun's just too customized for me. I guess as a collector, I just like to keep things stock. So typically I don't dive too much into the accessories. I like to keep the guns just kind of the way they come from the factory. But with that said, I do obviously customize some of my guns, actually a lot of them, but normally I kind of stick to the basic accessories, and I have been slow to adopt those accessories over time. Just like I used to say, and I know that I made some of my good friends around here a little bit upset. I would say, using iron sights is the true test of a marksman. And then I would get some people, like my good friend Jack. He'd say, you can't say that because not everyone has good eyesight. And I was like, you know what? He's right. As you get older, your eyes might not work as good as you used to. Those iron sights can become a little bit difficult to see. So using modern technology and modern sighting systems doesn't deter or change your ability as a marksman. And he's absolutely right. So I started to look into optics a little bit more. And while I've always been blessed to have 20/20 vision, I mean, my vision is great. So I still like to use iron sights a lot. And I still think that if you can shoot well with irons, it's really good. But I will say, hands down, the accessory that has changed my mind over the past 10 years or such definitely has been the red dot or the green dot or anything like mainly like a aim point. And I'll tell you the company that I think makes the best, okay? And this is only because I just like the options of it. It's Aimpoint. The two things that Aimpoint has going for it, in my opinion, is battery life on most of their models. I mean, they have an insane battery life using commonly available batteries. So, for example, double A's. Like you could run the Aimpoint Comp M4S with a double A battery for like 80,000 hours. It's crazy. Other sites use less common batteries. Sure, you can go down to the drugstore and buy them. Yes, you can go to a specialty battery store and buy them. Yes, you can buy them online. But everyone has AA batteries. Everyone has a AAA battery. Everyone has those. Those are plentiful and everywhere, and they're not going anywhere. And Aimpoint uses a lot of times those batteries. Now, not always. So I like that. And then the second thing I really like about Aimpoints is the fact it's just a dot. It is just a dot. Now, I like EOTechs. I run EOTechs. I own EOTechs. But sometimes that donut of death, like that big old reticle with the ghost ring around it, it's a lot. It's a lot to look at. It can obstruct your view if it's too bright. I like just dots. I've really grown to just like dots. And Aimpoint just makes dots. I like that. And of course, then there's the durability. I mean, Aimpoint makes an indestructible product. Now, my favorite companies are Aimpoint, Trijicon, and EOTech, and probably in that order. But I would have to say the accessory I have been most impressed with and has changed my shooting the most is red dot sights or holographic sights. Not magnified optics, but the dots, essentially. I really think that the technology that has gone into that, even with pistols, with slide-mounted optics, they have come so far. I have seen the evolution. I've been in guns now long enough that I've seen that evolution in technology. When they first kind of came out putting red dots on slides, on semi-auto pistols, they're like, I remember people saying, oh yeah, listen, I got 3,000 rounds out of this thing. It's amazing. And now, pretty much if you have a Trijicon RMR, it's going to last longer than the gun itself. So the technology has come so far in that. So that's the best. The worst accessory I think I ever bought. I can tell you what accessory I don't like, and I've learned to not like, but it's not the worst I ever bought. In fact, I think I made a video on the one that I was the most disappointed with. I bought an Mft Vertical Foregrip. I mean, I did a video on it a long time ago. I think I was the Fort Worth Colt guy at the time, and I still have that grip in a box in my big parts bin. It was an Mft Mission First Tactical Vertical Foregrip. And I made a video about how chintzy it felt. It just felt cheap. I still see it from time to time when I'm digging through that box and go, it feels like a cheap vertical foregrip. And I think I spent like $25 or $30 on that. And I was so disappointed because I liked their stock. I liked the Mft Minimalist stock. So I owned one of those and I thought, man, they make such a great stock. Their vertical foregrip is going to be awesome. I'm going to put that on this right. And it's a piece of junk. In my opinion, it is. It works. It just feels cheap. Okay, so that's the one I was most disappointed with. But the option or the accessory that I have not liked is the laser. I think lasers are a waste. They just are. I understand that the military has them. I have a few, especially on my Mark 18 builds. But for the most part, I think lasers, number one, can be very inaccurate if they're not sighted in right at different distances. I think from a visual perspective, from a tactical perspective, if you ever had to use it in that type of situation, it can be seen by people down range. So you become a target. I also think that the laser becomes something that you begin to fixate on. You lose track of your surroundings. Even when I'm just casually shooting at the range, I'm looking at that red dot. And even if I know at whatever distance I'm shooting at, the point of impact is, let's say, 6 inches low, I'm still fixated on that dot. And I don't like that. And I find it too, as the farther you are shooting out, of course, you move a little bit and that dot's going everywhere. It's visually distracting, and I think it makes me rush my shots. So lasers, I'm not a big fan of. Lights are fine, lasers not so much. And the only times I run lasers are when I am running on a clone build. And that's it, because the military uses it on this particular gun. I'm going to run that. So I think that's the question he asked. If you want to ask me another question, anybody, it can be about guns. It can be about anything else. It can be about something here in the garage. I mean, if you're like, what the heck's all that stuff behind you? Or whatever it is, I'll be happy to answer it. I think people have asked me about the 2x4s in the background. And I told you the story about that, or whatever. If you just whatever you want to know, what my favorite candy is, and I don't even have a sweet tooth. I'm just throwing out ideas. Feel free to ask me. This is the channel in the video to do it. Okay, so that was the question. Now let's talk about something I did today, and this is going to be kind of a message to the person who loaned this to the channel. So D, this is a message for you. I took your SIG MCX Virtus to the range today. And before I even started to film any part of the range report, I always like to just kind of shoot a couple times, sight it in, see what generally I'm going to like and not like about it, what to expect. And I might have to tap out on this one, dude, because this muzzle device right here, you have to tell me which one that is. That 3-chamber muzzle device on this, I guess it looks like about a 10-inch barrel, 10.5-inch barrel, 11-inch barrel. It's loud, dude. It is loud. I mean, it made what little hair I have up here, which is really just like little stubble, it vibrated. My leg hair vibrated. It was crazy how loud this thing is. And I just shot like a magazine through it. I was just making sure the EOTech was sighted in, and it is just so loud. Oh my gosh. So coupling the piston system, which keeps all the gas out here, with this muzzle device, I don't think I want to review it. I just don't think I want to review it. Yeah, but I do like this EOTech setup. Man, that is a nice setup. That's so nice. But it's a beautiful gun, too. I know that you probably run a suppressor on this. I don't have any suppressors that use this mount. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to tap out on this one. Maybe we can go to the range sometime together, and you can bring your suppressor. So you can be there and put it on the gun, and then I can shoot the range report, and then you can take your suppressor home, and then I can take this back and film the range report on it, because that is going to be the only way I'll be able to shoot it. It is just freaking loud. The quality of the gun is awesome. It's amazing. But it's loud. Loud. Wow. All right, so that's what I want to talk about there. And I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Lately, this is just some me rambling stuff. I have been getting more of those real, like, mean comments lately. I want to talk about a couple. They're more fun, you know. They don't bother me. I know Matt Moore, my good friend, always says, Jason, you got to stop letting people bother you. They really don't. They don't bother me at all. It's just amazing that people go through life just mean. Okay, and I totally understand that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, okay? I mean, I'm just not. I'm not the greatest presenter. I stutter. I make mistakes in my videos. You know, I'm not, this isn't what I do for a living. I am literally just a guy that does this for fun. You know, I just do it for fun. That's the only reason I do this, because I just like putting out information, and I like helping people. Maybe it's my job, my professional life as a teacher makes me want to help others. And I have been helped by other people that make videos and content that I have learned so much that when I learn something, I want to share that with other people. And I know that it might not be the most entertaining thing, you know, but I know that maybe in the future, and what makes it all worth it is when a year from now, someone watches a video on something I did, like how to replace a part or how to do this, and they say, oh my gosh, this is the best video. It helped me so much. Thank you so much. You saved me so much time and money. Thank you. That's what it's all about. Man, I feel so good about that. So when I make a video and I say, this is for somebody in the future, I really do mean it. Nobody else watches it. It gets 10 views, but one person a couple years from now watches it and says, thank you. It's all worth it. But I made a video on the main channel yesterday, saying happy birthday to my good friend Carl Brugger, the founder of Mft Firearms. And somebody in Switzerland messaged me and said, hey, it's Carl's birthday. It'd be really cool if you did a happy birthday thing for him. It'd mean a lot to him. And I was like, well, of course I'll do that. I mean, come on. He makes some of the greatest firearms in the world. He is a super nice guy. He is truly a friend, not of just the channel, but of me. I mean, it's humbling that somebody like that takes time out of his day to watch my content. I mean, I'm literally a nobody, and he watches my channel. I mean, I'm so humbled. It's just like, wow. And so he messages me. He'll send me just kind messages when they're doing something cool. He's like, hey, check out this thing we're thinking about making. What do you think? It's just like, wow, that is the coolest thing ever. Thanks for talking to me about it. That's incredible. Just kind of chit chat. Nice messages from time to time. And because I've gotten to know him personally, I was so happy to make that video. But somebody, and you can go back to that video and see it, somebody said how upset they were at me. They gave me like 3 thumbs down. And at first I thought they were making fun of my trombone playing. And I said, well, I didn't think my playing was that bad. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm a professional musician. What's up with thumbs down? I wasn't out of tune or anything. And he goes, no. I just don't like it when gun channels idolize celebrities. And it makes me question how unbiased you actually are. I said, he's a friend. Why is that wrong? And he goes, well, as a friend, or when I wish happy birthday to my friends, I just tell them in person. I don't have to make a video about it for entertainment purposes. Really? Go back and look at that conversation. I told him, if you don't like what I make, this channel might not be for you. I didn't ban him. I didn't do anything else. But I was just really surprised. I was like, man, what? I'm going to say it. What a jerk. Imagine going through life like that. Somebody who just wanted to just wish somebody a happy birthday and just wanted to, I guess, poop all over the video about it. Whatever. You know, that's just the way people are. And then I had somebody else comment on I think it was my unboxing video of the SIG SP2022, or the 2022. And the video is clearly labeled as an unboxing, right? It's not a range report. I've done one of those. It was an unboxing, and I mentioned in the video, I said, this is the gun that almost got the president of the CEO of SIG arrested in Germany. And I was just sharing the knowledge I knew about the pistol, the history of the pistol, the kind of backstory of that whole news thing where the CEO almost got arrested. And I just unboxed the gun. I show what comes in it. That's it. It's a short video. I don't know, 6 minutes long. Just kind of showing off my latest purchase. And this person goes, I think he says, 5 minutes of BS for a 2-minute review. It's not a review. I even say it's an unboxing. And if you don't want to watch me unbox it, well then, you know, the title of the video kind of says I'm going to tell you a story, and that's what I do here on the channel. Okay, maybe I talk a little bit too much, okay? I like to talk. I like to share information because, as I said, I want my channel to be like a average gun guy sitting around the water cooler with your buddies, you know, or, you know, you're sitting playing a game of poker and you're just sitting there chatting about guns. That's what this channel's about, just regular people enjoying firearms and talking about the latest gear, the latest guns that are coming out, or maybe you learn something about a gun you like or something, or talking about the news, you know, what's going on in the world of the Second Amendment. Just average guys. That's it. I am not Hickok 45. I am not 22 Plinkster. I'm not the Military Arms Channel. I'm not Small Arms Solutions. I'm none of those guys. Those guys make amazing and great content. And I respect them a lot because they do it professionally. That's awesome. Great for them. And they put on a great show. And I subscribe to all those people. Well, I guess except for Hickok 45. I haven't been subscribed to him in a long time. But not because I don't like him as a person or anything. It's just he doesn't make content that interests me. So I don't watch his channel. So I don't say anything negative about him or positive. I didn't even know what he's made recently. But as I said, it's not because I don't like him. If you love him, go watch him. I think it's great. It's awesome. But why people have to be so down all the time? Because, as I said, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. It makes no sense. I'm trying to think. I think there was one other comment, too, that kind of was, like, really mean. Oh, yeah, somebody called me... What'd they call me? I guess the... what is it? The N-word. No, not that N-word. The thing that you can't say on YouTube. You know, like the German Third Reich? Because I was asking in one of the recent polls about, can we ever have like a respectful conversation and dialogue on firearms? It's like one of the poll questions of the week. And that person goes, no, because of like you. And the reason I can't say that word is the YouTube algorithm will strike your channel. It's like one of those words you can't use. So that's why I'm not saying it. But you guys know what I'm talking about. The German World War II political party. Yeah, they called me that. Because obviously, that's what I do around here. You know, I simply talk about guns and review guns and try to have a good time and great dialogue with the people. I guess I'm that. Yeah, that's the kind of BS I deal with. And as I said, it doesn't bother me. I don't lose any sleep over it at all. It just saddens me more than anything else. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today while I'm packing up here and getting everything organized. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday and are off to a great weekend. And I guess that's all I got to say. So if you have any questions you want me to answer in the next one, put it in the comment section below, and I'll get around to it. So, as always, thanks for watching.